Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome back to the Red Estate. In this week's episode, we are going to be letting our normal gang kind of recoup. They've picked up some nasty diseases and negative quirks throughout this adventuring run, especially Bellicote. I'm really hoping to get lucky and wipe out more than one of his diseases on this, as he's got both creeping cough and the worries, which kind of worry me. Bulimic's not the worst thing in the world in his situation, but the other two definitely rather debilitating. And so while they're doing that, we're still heading back to the cove. We need to unlock some more bosses for the area. I think we're going to bring out a new party configuration. Rocque could use making it to level 6. Port could back her up, and then maybe Vapont and Ver to round things out. They don't have a cool party name, but I think they'll be alright. He's got a cleansing crystal, damage buff, he's got damage, man, he's gonna hit like a truck. Bleed skills, stun skills, that's perfect. Accuracy, that could be better. I mean, stress resist and accuracy are fine, but I could make her bleed skills a lot better, and if it bleeds, could probably use that reinforcement. The bleed resistance in the cove is, nothing to discount. So, yeah, that makes a fair amount of sense. We spent quite a bit of our reserve of gold on the sanitarium this week, so we're going to be a little bit light. But I don't even think I could spend 8,000 on provisions if I tried. We're going to be camping once, so let's do 2 stacks of food. 3 shovels. Bring an extra bandage, considering there is some likelihood that we accidentally bleed ourselves with the occultist. Like 2 of those in case I get a chance to remove a negative quirk. 1 of each of those, and maybe a little, like a little bit of extra torchlight. I've been running kind of low towards the end, and we're not going to have the Vestal to buff up that light at all, so that should be fine, right? Right. I think we'll totally be okay. Yeah. That advice comes a little too late for me. If only I had known that the very first time I came into the cove. Things could have been so much different. And yet, single explosion. Man, that's pretty much turned the tide of a battle right there.
These salt-soaked caverns are teeming with pelagic nightmares. They must be flushed out.
Okay, so we've got the Operation Tuning Fork here with the configuration. We'll probably go down here over, just do 2 backtracks and then the rest of the way. Not going to need to worry too much about... Never mind.
Curious is the trapper maker's art. His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
Not going to have to worry too much about scouting because there's no real decisions to be made in the paths we can take. Of course, scouting that trap certainly would have been nice before it wrapped us up there. Oh, great. Yeah, with like no dodge, that is going to be a bit of a problem. All right, let's see here. I'm going to try for the stun. This guy is a rather large annoyance. And then... Good. 16, taking 9 more. Alright. Would have preferred to see that not connect. These guys do okay in a little bit of a reconfiguration there. It's not great, though. I could have really used a big heal to start things out. It'll be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Tell you what. We'll mark him. I would normally want to do that with the occultist, but I think the occultist is going to have his hands full keeping himself alive, basically. Yeah, I'm definitely missing my amazing dodge abilities already. Ugh. Lovely. I'll tell you what. We'll adrenaline surge that off. Get the heal. Thank you. That's what I needed. That'll put you back on other tasks. Ooh, he is still marked. I was hoping that would actually connect, of course. Oh, man. I forget, if you let them hit you, suddenly the amount of bleed they can stack up gets a lot worse. Okay. Okay, I get it. I get it. You're faster than I am. Everybody gets to go before poor old Red. Oh, man, he's down to 12. Not quite. Okay. I could break through. That would kill her. 3 to 5 on him, though. I really want to get this guy out of the way. I'm doing exactly the thing that they want you to do, which is focusing on their party's tank. But he's also the most dangerous, like, just all around. I kind of feel like, you know what? Get rid of your bleed. Collect bounty. Man, I could do up to 17. I could use so much of that. Generally rolling very low on the damage, though. Alright, guys. We're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. That might not be okay. Alright. Let's see here. That'll take care of him. 10 is a pretty decent heal to start with. And then...
Continue the onslaught.
Thank you.
Destroy them all.
I will. Thank you for your encouragement. I would love to continue the onslaught. Man. Yeah, those guys are suddenly hitting a whole lot harder when I can't dodge them with every single attack. Just throw a few buffs around. I really want to heal him for something like 12. That makes me feel a whole lot better. Oh, but he's so quick, though. Alright, that works itself out. And then, let's just go ahead and finish the job.
A faint hope blossoms.
Wow. Definitely a rough opening salvo on our party here. We'll go ahead and grab a little bit of healing there. And then we wanted you back here. Alright, unlock strongbox, I believe, is just fine to open, right? Let me get my handy-dandy cheat sheet up. And, yep, there's a small blight chance. Not this time, though. Crests. I'm just going to toss the crest for now. Alright, get a move on. Resume our torchlight. That could have been worse. You are not wrong. I think we're going to be back in the territory of actually camping in order to heal and de-stress. I haven't had to do that in a long time. Feels like campfires became the thing we did just to celebrate our foregone conclusion that is victory. We're as good as any. Port can take care of that. A more natural, slightly less mechanical trap. It makes sense that you would sick the dog on it. Oh man, that is beautiful. Sapphire. I want sapphire. I want sapphire more than I want citrine. Yeah, I may stop bringing out the holy water for down here. It's something that really only comes into play for the fish idol, which gives a buff. And let's go ahead and keep moving while I'm staring at that. The fish idol, which gives a buff. The other reason for it, there are a category of curios that are just available in all dungeons. Things like the unlocked strongbox, that sort of stuff. And there are altars of light and eldritch altars that we should be able to encounter anywhere. 5's not amazing. We We really want you dead. Like, ASAP. Ow. I did not remember that attack doing nearly that much damage. Oh, come on. Ugh. So much ouching. Pain is bad for you.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Thank you, Vipont. Okay. Oh, that brine isn't great. Maybe I should be starting each of these fights with port using guard. Using guard on who? Not just for the guard ally, but mostly for his buff. Like, he goes up to 50 dodge, which isn't quite the same as what our grave robber does. It also doesn't have the advantage of including a stun. Well, both of them now. Okay, which is unfortunate, but it's still, like, it's something. It basically means 50% of attacks would be targeted at him, and oh man, couldn't even get the bleed on it. Okay, well then, see if we can't just crack your little shell open. Oh, yeah, that's looking a little worse for wear. Again with that. Okay. Need some big heals. 18. Fantastic. Let's just repeat that like 2 more times here. Oh. Skull toss to the face. Okay. Only doing 2 to 5. Let's go ahead and take the opportunity to mark once. And then between Port and Vipont, sheesh, I think they should be able to bring him down.
As life ebbs, terrible vistas of emptiness reveal themselves.
Okay, well, that's not great. That's less great. Oh god. Oh god. Thank you for not dying. I've got to do it. I've got to guard him. Like, it's just, I don't see an option with that. 4, he's taking 6, he's gonna die. Yeesh. I just had to heal for 0, didn't I? Oh man, and he has been missing both of those. Now, Port does have rabies. That is actually by design. Not only is it very thematically fitting, considering he is a Houndmaster.
Monstrous size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
So I find it fitting for that reason, but also, yeesh. You know what? Let's just herb that off. But also, like, he could kind of use the damage buff. With the spiked collar. Man, his damage is really 1 to 2. Weapon plus skill. Why are you giving me weapon plus skill damage right now? Hold on. 1 to 2. Wow, that is so low. There we go. Damage base. Is there... I don't understand what's happening with him. His base stats. Maybe that's like base. So 6 to 11. That makes far more sense. 6 to 11 damage. Then between 15% from the spiked collar and another 15% from rabies, we're taking him up to like 9. Yeah, like a 9 to 14 range, which, you know, starts putting him on par It doesn't quite have the top end of something like the Hellion, but it's not bad. It has, of course, led to him missing a couple of times, but then so did Vipont, so I'm not entirely sure if that's his fault or not. Alright, Scout couldn't go all the way. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and camp here. My...
Gathered close in tenuous firelight and uneasy companionship.
My reason being was the amount of stress these guys have actually kind of worries me. He can reduce his own. He can stress therapy somebody else. Awesome. And then improve scouting. Less likely to be surprised, more likely to surprise. Both fairly good, actually. Let's think here. Improve scouting by 50. Okay, wait. Improve scouting by 50 or improve scouting by 70, but it costs one more time unit. Okay. Don't really need to do any of those other things. That's actually not a bad trade in this situation. And then... increase damage against larger enemies, but I don't really see that as all that worthwhile. That would take us down to 2. It reduces own stress. Anybody else have a 2? Accuracy and crit up. Let's go with that. Okay. Off with you, Garo. See what awaits us. Yep. Alright, so we at least spread some stress out a little bit here. These guys were over 60 both. We got them down into like the 30 range. Food is suddenly...
In radiance, may we find victory.
A bit of a concern. If this wants to be food... Nope, but it did give us the medicinal herb back. So, yeah, that's not too bad. Okay. 3 on 4. Stress right off the bat. And then that's a good heal. I'm digging it. I'm thinking the next time we encounter like any kind of 4 enemy lineup, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Port's dog biscuit time. Alright, and you, sir, please go away. Out of 5, gets the bleed, he's dead. Awesome.
The slow death, unforeseen, unforgiving.
Hard miss. Ugh. Not the greatest. Not the greatest. Also not the greatest. What are you missing for? What have I done to you lately that has made you no longer super cooperative here? That's what I want to know. Get rid of her bleed, give her a buff. Hopefully these guys don't survive the number of rounds really necessary to make use of that. Stun him, and then... That's great. Loving it. The 0 heal is always what I'm looking for. And we're bleeding again. Fine. If you want to make people bleed, I can make people bleed.
Their formation is broken.
The pop can make people dead.
Offensive.
That also works.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Okay. No quarters, no dimes, no nickels. We will give them nothing. Alright, pressing forward. Do like this. Curious would be really good to get rid of. Guilty conscience would be pretty good to get rid of. Egomania would be pretty good to get rid of. Basically, everybody but Vipont. I don't care too much about Vipont's God-fearing nature. So we'll go with close eyes, press button a lot, and there we go. Alright. That's how I like to do it. Enlightened. I really wanted you to get rid of Curious if you were going to get rid of something. I didn't mind you meditating. Not really any of my business. Oh well. We get another scout here. We do. Does it tell us this room is empty? It does. I am leaving it alone. I'm just going to go ahead and head back. We do have our awesome scouting bonus now, letting us know that 100% of room battles does not mean that empty room at the end of that hallway. Okay. That's a little bit frightening. It's going to be the last hunger event that we can survive safely. Hopefully we just don't see another one. More scouts. Awesome. Not taking damage from that trap makes me feel quite a bit better. Don't need that stuff. Disarmed. Lovely. Never mind. This is why we wanted to get rid of your curious quirk, remember? Oh, God, you got the red plague? Oh, why? What does your crit chance look like right now? 10. Okay, well, even with the -5, we're getting a +10 from the camping skill. That's something, at least. We're doing fine on torches. Okay, and we've still got dog treats. Must remember ye old dog treats. Alright, here is a perfect opportunity for it. Let's go ahead and dog treat up, and then I'm just gonna let that hound fly. Alright. Okay, good. I'm digging it. Thanks for missing completely there.
A devastating blow.
Alright, at least Rocque made up for it a little bit. And then, let's see. I could potentially kill him. I did not kill him. And then he's gonna get buffed. Oh, I don't like the looks of that. That's gonna hurt. That hurt a lot. Okay. Is this fine? We're fine. Everything's fine. Why do you ask? Sounds like you're concerned. Alright. These guys are also picking up a fair amount of stress along the way, but I think this lineup is probably going to get enough time on the bench that I don't even think we need to worry about de-stressing them anymore. That's an interesting new change, right? Like, effectively, we can ignore a lot of the de-stressing mechanic that I feel like used to exist in the game. Doesn't really. Now, if you have a full roster...
Gently. This is how a life is taken.
Alright. If you have a full roster of, 25 guys, you're doing a 5 or 6 rotation. You're taking off... You could rotate through everybody and remove 30 stress between every run that a character needed to go on. Right? Like, that would be what happened there. Alright, fishy idols. Fish idols are holy water in order to get a damage buff. Rocque would like a damage buff. Yes, she would. For only 3 rounds. That won't matter at all. I should definitely stop bringing holy water. Oh, also this is bad.
The requirements of survival cannot be met on an empty stomach.
Now the game's just making me hungry. Alright. This has a chance to be good, right? It can either stress heal or stress. Why not? Oh, it was soothing to the mind. Okay. So that worked out in our favor. Man, the hunger thing, though. The Hunger Games are real, alright? We're playing them right now.
Safety.
The Hunger Games are largely whether or not you packed enough food for the random number generator to be happy with you.
And now, the true test. Hold fast, or expire.
Okay. Between the hunger event and the enemy probably all acting before us, this has the potential to be bad. We do get him off death's door. You're not dying this turn, pal. You're getting close to it, though. Okay. I think he'll actually be fine from back there. That's not a good thing. Okay. Why don't we hit you really hard? And follow it up by hitting you really hard. Okay. That's my new strategy. Step 1, hit enemy hard. Step 2, repeat. Alright. Not the worst thing. 6s aren't exactly what I'm looking for, though. We could use, like, a really big critical heal. Because when damage like that is coming in, I need bigger healing going out. Maybe I do need to get rid of rabies. I feel like we've been missing a lot. Initially, I felt like that accuracy for the extra damage was a pretty decent trade-off. Then, like, Vapant misses too. Is it... I mean, they just have very high dodge. We are in a champion level dungeon. You know, they've got dodges up in the 30s. Maybe I should just get used to it. I don't have fully maxed out weapons.
On the brink, facing the abyss.
Which could have something to do with it. I could guard him. Let's guard him. I would hate for like a push or a pull to kill this guy. That would be not a possibility. Never mind. Okay. 7 taking 3. No kill like overkill. Just you and me, pal. 4v1. What you gonna do? Okay, that's pretty decent. One more of those, and I think we're good. Alright, we don't need all those portraits.
Promises success.
Yes! Continue adventuring very briefly because you are on death's door and I'm not going to be pushing my luck here. Yeah, we've got another hallway battle coming up. We're just going to ignore that and check out the strongbox. Hey. Oh, that makes me... Do I... Okay. I'm going to get him off death's door. Then we're going to head this way. We're going to kill our light.
Terrors may indeed stalk these shadows, but yonder, a glint of gold.
Hey, got 800 gold. I'd call that a success there at the end. More torches than I truly needed.
At last, wholesome marine life can flourish. If indeed there is such a thing.
Oh, I'm pretty sure there's wholesome marine life. I mean, I don't generally assign sea creatures. Oh, I grabbed busts. I didn't realize inventory management never became an issue here. We came out with 19,000 gold though. Well worth it, especially considering the whole we don't have to really de-stress people anymore. Like, she's fine. These guys would be ready by the next time we'd want to use them. They're like might need to de-stress, but it's more than it's a stress change. I feel like it's an economy change, like if that makes sense. I don't remember the last time I sent a character to the Abbey or the Tavern, is basically where it comes down to. Alright, Mercurial, Nymphomania, Hieromania, Ruins Tactician, Tetanus is kind of nasty. Hieromania? Interesting. Warren's Tactician, okay. And Bulimic. Ugh. Yeah, it's been at least a week, because I don't remember things more than a week ago.
The degeneracy of the hamlet is nothing, I fear, when compared to the condition of surrounding acres.
Alright, we did get Rocque up to level 6, which is awesome. These three, of course, got a negative quirk removed. What I was really wanting to see here, Bellicote removed all 3 of his negative diseases, not just one, and that is awesome. So, yeah. Just to finish the thought, it really means that we don't need to spend nearly as much gold on de-stressing people. Like, it's sort of become something where the only reason you would have to is like, well, you know, I really need Ver back out there just ASAP. He's the linchpin of maybe multiple party lineups. You know, you need your Vestal to get back out and ready to fight again, that sort of thing. wanted to check here. We're not quite through to the progress. There's an interesting... I've noticed it a couple of times. It was in the patch notes that they had fixed it, I thought. But I have seen it happen again since then. I had it happen yesterday. These missions aren't necessarily going to be the same when we come back. Let's see if we can call me a liar when we're done here. So this is a champion cleanse, champion let sleeping evils lie, and champion scout. The cove makes the most sense to go back to, so we might throw together another champion party. Oh, well, our guys are all level 5 now. We can send them out. That would make the most sense. A focus ring. I don't really need another sacred scroll. Mooncloak might not be bad, though. Yeah, I think that'll be it. The Mooncloak, it's short. We only need 10% to unlock the next boss, so that'll probably be where we head. If, and this is the if these stay the same. Sometimes if I exit the game, like a little behind the scenes here, but sometimes I do record in multiple, or I record multiple episodes in one sitting, and the game doesn't close and reopen at all. But if I do close and reopen the game, sometimes this reshuffles itself, and we get a new lineup. I can't reproduce it. Like, it only seems to happen the one time, and then after that, they won't continuously reshuffle. But sometimes it doesn't happen at once. So we'll find out if that's going to be the case this time as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, feel free to subscribe for more videos on the channel every single day. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other episodes. And I will catch you guys next time.